Stage 2. All the installation's covered, plywood is up. We're starting to sweep out all this junk and take it all out because we are getting ready to go get some mats and some of the equipment. All right, so now we are all painted. It is now time to start putting the floor in. And there was a floor. Good start. All right, so we're on day 3 of the home gym build, and as you can see, we just got back this morning with pretty much everything we're gonna need. It is pretty extensively packed out. We're gonna see how much this can fit. I need to put together a bunch of racks today. We'll see if they fit. Do you know what time it is, Dad?
It is 11:30.
Currently 11:30 a.m. I'll see you in a while. All right, guys, so it is currently 5:43. I've been putting the gym together, and you guys can see it looks drastically different. Bumped my head a lot. Got really angry quite a few times, but this is the new home gym. What's happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe, NEVERsate.com, and I'm here at my home gym. I thought it'd be a good time to show you guys around, show you guys what equipment I brought home from my other gym, why I brought it here, what exercise I'm gonna be doing with it, and pretty much why. Now, believe it or not, other than doing the physical work in this place and cleaning and doing things like that, I have not spent a ton of time in the gym, especially not working out. I'm actually gonna be jumping on a new program that I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm gonna give out a free template and all that kind of stuff very, very soon. And that's actually what I'm gonna be doing, and I'm gonna be sharing some of my workout videos. So if you guys choose to follow along and do the same exact program, then you can absolutely do that with me, kind of check out how things are going. But right here behind me, you can see we have a couple sets of farmer sandals, both front loaded as well as top loaded, because farmer is one of my favorite exercises of all time. The gym itself, like I said, is about 32 feet long, which is okay for shorter carries, but we also have a ton of driveway outside as well as land. So plenty of place to do the farmer's carries. Back here, we just grabbed a couple kettlebells from the gym, as well as a couple medicine balls and a jump box. The jump box you can turn a couple different directions to get a couple different heights, and we just went very, very minimal with both kettlebells and slam balls. Basically, the only thing that I use medicine balls for is slamming things and throwing them, and then honestly, kettlebells I really don't use much whatsoever. I do some swings, I do some Turkish get-ups, but outside of that, I don't really use kettlebells too much, so mostly that is for Elena more so than for me. Now, if we just move a little bit further, you guys will see the big green rack. That was the very first piece of equipment that I ever bought for the original NEVERsate Athletics. This thing means the world to me, and I absolutely love it, and now it is officially Elena's rack. It's the one that she's gonna be using all the time, but it's got the multi-grip bar up top because pull-ups are a massive part of training for me. Not only regular pull-ups, but also chin-ups, semi-supinated, weird grips and pull-ups, all different types of things. I do pull-ups virtually every single day, so having that multi-grip as well as a fat bar and a skinny bar in the back is really, really useful. We have a rope there for also doing pull-ups, working your grip in a different sort of way, almost like towel pull-ups or gi pull-ups or if you're into jiu-jitsu, but just a rope so it doesn't tear as easily. Took a little bit of change plates, just a little bit of metal, as well as a dip station and a couple of those soft Elite FTS squat boxes. I can squat box, something. I don't know, they're called something, but those I cannot recommend enough. I absolutely love them for doing box squats. They're a lot softer, they're pretty forgiving. However, I personally don't like them for things like step ups or box jumps because they're a little bit too soft. They get a little flippy and wobbly, but like I showed you earlier, we do have a jump box for that as well as a real box squat box for super heavy box squat. But this is basically the Alanis rack for the home gym. So I have to admit, I do end up jumping in on the pull-ups and stealing some stuff from her a good bit, but yeah, it's not a bad thing. Which brings us over here to the barbells. So barbells are gonna be a huge part of my training. Barbells pretty much all that I use. I don't use a ton of dumbbells, I don't use a ton of kettlebells. I mainly use barbells for most of my work. Now we do have a sled down here, that's nice, but you'll see a high assortment of different sorts of bars. Up top here, we have a Texas deadlift bar, which is probably my favorite out of all the deadlift bars. Really nice to use, has a little bit thinner of a handle, a little bit more aggressive knurling as well as a lot more whip. So it bends a lot more when you're doing deadlifts. Absolutely terrific. If you are a strongman competitor, it is very, very important for you to have that. A couple Rogue power bars here, just for normal stuff. Now, we have 2 racks in the gym, so in reality, we could probably have 5 people because we have 2 racks and a yoke. So we could have 5 people working out at the same time. So we need a couple barbells, plus a lot of times I will use more than 1 barbell in a workout. Underneath that, we have 2 different axles of 2 different feels, as well as 2 different textures and diameters. So we have both of those axles. Here is a Duffalo bar from Chris Duffin. Just basically a barbell that is bent, helps your shoulders out a good bit and locks in. I really like that, especially for squats. Then we have 2 multi-grip bars. We have the Elite FTS American multi-grip bar, which is my absolute favorite. It has a camber in it right here, as you can see. That kind of works around your body and is absolutely wonderful. That is by far my favorite multi-grip bar. However, it is not Elena's favorite multi-grip bar. Hers is this Rogue one. So we actually brought that as well so she could use that, especially for her bench days. Below that, we have the Rogue Yoke SSB. I have both the Rogue and pretty sure I just said that wrong. We have the Elite FTS SSB yoke bar. I have both the Rogue SSB bar as well as the Elite FTS yoke bar, and they're kind of interchangeable as far as SSBs go. But in my personal opinion, I do believe that the Elite FTS yoke bar is the better choice. The pad's better. It's actually harder, a good bit harder. If you're gonna go for a 1 rep maximum, I'd probably go for the Rogue SSB because I think it's a little bit easier. But if you're looking for actual training effect and to get better, then the Elite FTS yoke bar is the way to go, honestly. Below that, we have a 10-inch log, which is technically a woman's log, and so that is what Elena will be using. And then below that, we have a 12-inch log, which is one that I'll be using. So we do have enough room here, just barely, to do overhead press while standing. It doesn't quite scrape the lights, but it comes close enough that it makes me nervous. But we're able to do some overhead press. So really, those are all the specialty bars, everything that's going on. I can, no matter whether Olu or anybody comes over to come work out here, then we have plenty of bars, plenty of specialty bars, plenty of things that are going to be able to equip and handle whatever loads or whatever weights people put on. So should be a good time. Which brings us over to another rack that you guys will probably recognize from the old gym. This is actually the big red Rogue rack from the old gym. It just made its way over here so that I could end up using it. I have the monolift attachments on there. I have some grenade for pull-ups. There is a prowler in the back there, a for real Elite FTS squat squat box for the heavier stuff. I have the Elite FTS soft box, like I said, and they are awesome for just normal, every minute on the minute, kind of lighter stuff, but for the very, very heavy stuff, I still like to trust a for real box squat setup that is very heavy and stupid to move around, things like that. Also for step ups and things like that, I like a more stable platform, and that's also adjustable so you can kind of get the height a lot easier. Also have a couple landmine attachments. The band pegs are there for both this side as well as the other rack, so we can do anything conjugate related. Band work, accommodating resistance, all types of that. We have 1 flat bench over at Elena's rack, and then we have 1 adjustable bench over at mine, so we're able to do incline and other things that require an inclining bench. So all very, very practical, easy stuff. Now, most of my event training, like stones, kegs, those types of things are gonna be happening at my physical NEVERsate Athletics gym with everyone else. And plus it's a better setup, there's just stuff there. It doesn't take up as much room. And since I still have access to that absolutely anytime I want, then there's no reason for me to bring that stuff here. This stuff is going to be more for the basics and just I walk out of my house, either shoot a video or just get in some sort of workout here. So the more basic, more simple, the better. Now in this half corner over here, we have an assortment of bands as well as chains, some jump ropes, some knee wraps, things like that, some basic hang up gym stuff that you find in just about every single serious gym. Behind that, we have a couple sledgehammers, plus a tire for flipping, a tire for hitting, a tire for jumping on, all of that kind of nonsense. Glute ham raise, which is something that I honestly use all the time in my training. So it made it to the home gym. It's a big footprint, it's a big piece of equipment, but if it came down to having that or just about virtually anything else, I went with glute ham raise. Over here, we ended up bringing home just a little bit of bumper plates. Most of our stuff is in metal for right now. The bumper plates we just kind of throw on the first plate for whatever reason. And then the rest will be metal. Even that whiteboard has a workout from about 5 months ago, the last time that I was working out. And then finally, on our last wall, we have one yoke, as well as the battle ropes and a bunch of sandbags. Now, some of these sandbags I still need to fill up. Haven't gotten around to that yet. The basic idea behind the sandbags are they are probably our most used, by most used, I mean Elaine and I, most used carrying piece of equipment, shouldering piece of equipment over the shoulder. I love Atlas stones. Atlas stones are probably my favorite piece of equipment out of anything. However, they take up a really big footprint, they're sticky, they have a lot of problems that come along with them, and you can easily mimic it with a tightly packed sandbag and a yoke. So that's pretty much what we're doing there. We can do carries over the shoulder, all types of stuff like that. But overall, there's absolutely nothing that I can't do here that I couldn't do anywhere else. It has absolutely all the basics that I could ever need, from sleds to prowlers to barbells to logs to farmer's carries, sandbags. It has everything that I need to get an excellent, excellent workout. The only thing that I might be missing would be some sort of loadable dumbbell handle or dumbbells, but I do have those at the gym as well, so those might be making their way back. But again, I don't use dumbbells a ton outside of conditioning and things like that, and most of my workouts, the hard, big workouts, are still gonna be over at NEVERsate, where I have the remainder of my equipment. This, again, is mainly for instructional videos as well as some home workouts that are more basic, like a bench day or a squat day, something where I don't need as many implements. But if it comes down to implement time, it's gonna be jumping in my Jeep and headed over to there. So yeah, that's just about it, guys. That is the entire gym. I know it is not very big. I know it doesn't have a ton of equipment, but it has all the basic stuff that Elena and I absolutely need to get the work done that we wanna get done. Now, for a little bit of money, it really wasn't bad. A little bit of paint, a little bit of insulation, a little bit of plywood, and it transformed a normal garage into absolutely this. And so far, it's been just terrific. So you guys can absolutely expect to see some videos here. It is not going to be a strange place. It's gonna be showing up a lot. So I figured before I got a bunch of questions about what that is or what this is, I would just show you guys around. So hopefully this will give you guys some ideas if you are in the market for gym equipment or you're trying to book your own home gym, for stuff that maybe you do want to include, or maybe there's some stuff here that you're like, I absolutely have no need for that whatsoever. But really, every single thing in this building is gonna get used and used well, and whatever I don't have here, I'll be able to use at my regular gym. So if you guys did not watch my last video, I did have to downsize NEVERsate Athletics a little bit just because of the coronavirus. So what I ended up doing was selling off some of my equipment to my members at cost. I didn't price gouge anyone, so don't worry about that. I gave it to them at cost, and then the rest of it just came home here, and we used this, and then everything else is still at NEVERsate Athletics. So just a little bit of basic stuff came home here. It's been great. I love the environment. I just love being up here. I can't wait to start getting into a real program. Again, I'm gonna be giving out a free template about all of that, hopefully very, very soon. I just need to find time to sit down and record that. So it should be a really good time, but I thank you guys so much for joining me on this tour. I thank you guys for staying with me over this long layoff and me being gone and all those types of things. And thank you guys so much for watching the last video about where I've been and just being patient and being cool. So I thank you guys so much for absolutely everything. I can't wait to be in here working out with you. Hopefully you guys decide to jump on that program with me and we can all just kind of go through the same thing together, and we can all suck as we get back into this as a group. So it should be fun. I do thank you guys so much. I will catch up with you a little bit later. When I do, until I do, go out to something amazing, realize, keep working hard, people, be nice to each other. I'll see you then.